Hello everyone, my name is Gamer Sparrow and today we're going to be talking about free games. Now, you might say, wait, free? Is there a catch? No? Are they good games? Yeah, there are some real gems here sometimes. I have been following the Epic Games free games launch for probably about 2 years now, and I have collected quite an extensive library, about 254 different free games. I thought it would be helpful to see, are they worth just picking up? Are they worth downloading now? Or perhaps doing a bit more research before it's worth spending your valuable storage? The important thing to know about Epic Games is that you can redeem them now. You don't have to install the games, but you can have them in your library forever. No catch. As long as you keep your account, you can retain those games well beyond the week that they're free, which is why I like them a lot more than like the Steam free weekends or other free kind of Game Pass trials for things. Taking a look at this week's 2 free games. Darkwood is described as having a new perspective on the survival horror genre. You scavenge, explore a rich and ever-changing free roam world by day, and then hunker down in your hideout and pray for the morning light. In terms of genre, these are classed as horror, survival, and indie, perfect for the spooky season. The developers and publishers are Acid Wizard Studio, and even though the initial release of this was in 2017, I still feel that the graphics and the gameplay hold up to today in terms of standard. It does have a very spooky and immersive atmosphere that really draws you into the game, so I definitely think this is both a redeem and a download worthy game. It's definitely going to get you into the spooky season, and with a couple of, well, it says no jump scares, but me personally, I think the sound of this game is fantastic, and it will get you second guessing your next moves all the time. The next game in our Epic Games free roster of this week is ToeJam and Earl, Back in the Groove. So the description for this is it's a mashup of the best features from the classic console games with a ton of funky, fresh improvements. You have the opportunity to relive the original roguelike game with new 4-player online and local co-op. Crazy earthlings, weird presents, and aliens from Funkotron. So if you're looking for more of a co-op experience, a bit more fun, a bit more of a casual multiplayer game, this could be something that maybe allays your fears after playing Darkwood. The developer and publisher for this is Human Nature Studios. Initially released in 2019, the cartoony graphics and 4-screen player co-op has a charming quality to it, but not so much for the spooky season, so I think this is a redeem and perhaps a download when you and your friends are looking for a new multiplayer to spice up your Friday night gameplay. So now to take a look at the PEGI age rating. So I always think it's really important that both you and for the people that you are playing with make informed decisions. While these content ratings will make you aware of what features and themes are in the game, and a suggested age is provided, only you as the individual can make the informed decision as to whether or not this game in terms of content could be triggering to you or be upsetting in any way. The first thing that we're going to take a look at is the Darkwood's age rating. So immediately there we can see it is an 18 adults only PEGI rated game, suggesting then that it's not suitable for anyone below this age. This is an important conversation to have with those that you are playing with, or the person with themselves who is playing the game, because if you are over the age of 18, it still may be the case that the content in here is upsetting and not for you. Same thing as below, I can say I have been guilty when I was younger of playing games that were above my age, and so that is for you to make that decision. To go through the tags, we have both violence and bad language. There are a couple of prologue spoilers in this age rating, but it is important to talk about as part of informed decision making. Under the advice for consumers, this game is rated PEGI 18, which restricts availability to adults only, and is not suitable for anyone below this age. This rating has been given due to frequent scenes of strong violence. violence against vulnerable and defenseless characters, as well as the use of strong language. So that there normally being the key differentiation between a 16 and an 18 rated game is when that violence is enacted against a character or individual that is vulnerable and defenseless, so perhaps posing no harm to the player. As a brief outline of the game, so this is an extension really of the game's description. This is a top-down survival horror set in the late 1980s Soviet Eastern Bloc. You are hunkered down in your house in the middle of a dark and impenetrable wood, where the trees aren't the only things that are alive. During the day, you must forage for supplies, bring back as much as you can before night. As darkness falls, you must fortify your barricades and defend your home from attack from the plague-ridden inhabitants of the mysterious woods. There is also a content-specific warning, particularly with scenes that can be found in the prologue. So violent scenes include the stranger being tied to a chair and tortured for information by the doctor, who beats him repeatedly until the chair breaks and he is knocked unconscious. The stranger is able to murder most other characters at random, including a vulnerable elderly lady and a defenseless man who is on his knees begging for you to leave him alone. Blood and some injuries are shown on the corpses that litter the woodland, and some able to split themselves into pieces and transform into horrific monsters. Strong language, including the word rhymes with duck, and its derivatives can be heard throughout the game. Those examples there, both of the violence and of the strong language of the game, have given justification and reason for the content and age warning. Moving on over to look at ToeJam and Earl, Back in the Groove. This is coming in at a gentle age rating of 7. This age rating has come along with a violence tag, and this is because of frequent depictions of non-realistic violence towards fantasy characters. So really important distinction there. A brief outline of the game. Players join friendly alien characters ToeJam and Earl in an effort to collect all pieces of their spaceship. ToeJam and Earl find themselves on an Earth full of hostile humans, from zombie dentists to crazed carpenters. Even though the enemies are mainly human, the setting and atmosphere remains cartoony and light-hearted throughout. So that there, really kind of focusing on why that violence rating has been seen as non-realistic. There are some content-specific warnings though, such as humans that will attack you with drills, lawnmowers, and other machinery. The reaction to this violence, however, is always mild, where ToeJam and Earl, the two main characters, will blink upon impact. So there's no kind of gruesome gore or blood or anything else that would suggest more realistic violence. There are some noteworthy language words mentioned here, such as wiener and screwed up, but nothing there to warrant a bad language tag, so all very kid-friendly. So it's really nice then that Epic Games have given us two very different types of age-rated games there. One more family-friendly and accessible to younger audiences, and the other there really fitting in with the spooky season, but coming along with some pretty heavy content and age rating. So guys, you have until Thursday the 20th of October until 4 PM to redeem those two games, and if you want to play along with me with Darkwood, it's not too big of a game, so you can download that, and it is worth adding to your library list. So thank you for joining me guys. I always enjoy trying to look for freebies and opportunities to share with you some new games that you can add to your libraries, something to either make a happy Friday with some friends or to entice a spooky evening with our spooky season game roster. So I am continuing on with my Darkwood series. If you want to check out my next video, click on the card at the very top. If you want to wait until next week for the next Epic Games videos, then join me then. Take care.